One Piece chapter 1131 is out, and this chapter is peak. And look, we are a little late on this one, but we are catching up because we have a sudden 2-week break due to Oda having health problems. Praying for the young goat, but let's get into the chapter. So the chapter starts with Luffy finding out that he is indeed on Elbaf, and he follows this up with a brutal yap session lasting 4 pages where he just keeps hyping up how he's finally on Elbaf. And when I say brutal yap session, I don't mean for the reader, I mean for Loki. Imagine you get locked up for 6 years and you think someone's finally gonna let you free, and then some autistic dude with a $3 billion bounty start yapping in your ear for 20 minutes and then punches you in the mouth. And bro, I can't lie, that had me crying. Luffy funny as hell. All Loki did was say Shanks a bum, and Luffy instantly threw hands. He is a ride or die. Also, speaking of the Loki being locked up for 6 years thing, we find out that Loki's bounty issued by the government is 2.6 billion, and remember what I said 6 years ago. Now, I could be looking into this a little too hard, but I'm pretty sure that's around when Shanks got his big ol' Emperor bounty. And looking at how Loki carries himself and how he said he's the strongest on an island full of warriors, I'ma just assume he tough, though he could just be lying, which is on character for Loki. And speaking of on character, man, I love this adaptation of him. I also think Oda was watching a little too much Marvel movies when creating him, because I know Loki in mythology is a trickster, but the way he carries himself and tries to trick Luffy and how he plays with his words is almost exactly like Loki from the Marvel Universe. I also saw some theory about how the chapter he was introduced in was the exact number Loki's model was in Marvel, but I don't know how true that is. I do know Oda loves playing with numbers in chapters. Before we move on from the Loki part though, he also mentions the different planes of Elbaf and how there's the underworld where he's at, aka jail. He also mentions the Atom Tree, which is a pretty crazy throwback to Water 7, but the thing that caught my eye is him mentioning Elbaf's mythology. And to all the people who thought Oda wasn't gonna involve Elbaf in mythology, it seems like you was wrong, buddy, because it's so involved the characters made their own mythology. Getting back to the chapter though, we are finally at the biggest moment in this chapter. Are y'all ready? Robin got her bangs back. Yeah, I don't know, it's cool I guess. All I know is the community was freaking out, and look, I'm not really one of those guys who cries about a character's design unless it's really bad, so to me personally, this is sorta irrelevant. But I do like the reason Robin is getting her bangs. So apparently the reason she wanted to get her haircut was for nostalgia, because we are about to meet the man marked by flames, aka Saul. Well, we were supposed to. Turns out this dude is just having a heart attack the second Robin pulls up. She gotta be one of the most unlucky characters of all time, because that is just some ridiculous timing. But disregarding that for a second, I know y'all peeped that image of Elbaf. This island looks nuts, bro. Literally looking straight out of The Legend of Zelda with this big random sword and castles everywhere. I guess we're gonna have to find out what's truly on Upper Elbaf next chapter, because that is it for 1131. But hey, let me know in the comments what you thought of the chapter or video, and if I left anything out, please fact check me in the comments below. I'm kinda dumb. Finally, if you liked the video, please subscribe, and more is coming soon. Anyway, like the vid, so appreciate y'all. Deuces.